Alright, in this video we're going to look at 16, 20, and 22. All situations where we have to solve a quadratic equation. Number 16 is a true or false question. The roots of the parabola are imaginary. To solve this, if I'm finding roots, I'm setting y equal to 0. We have a quadratic formula. This is not factorable, so I'm going to plug everything into the quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. We are only deciding whether the roots are imaginary. We don't necessarily need to solve completely. In here we get 4 minus 40. As soon as you see that there is a negative under the square root, we know that we are going to get a complex number as our answer, meaning that if we take the square root of negative 36, we get 6i. So negative 2 plus or minus 6i divided by 2. That can be reduced, but we have enough to show that this is a true statement. These are imaginary answers. Number 20, we have an equation. We need to solve it. Method refers to the choices given here, factoring or quadratic formula. Before we can decide that, we need to set this equation equal to 0. So we're going to move the x squared over. That will become 1x squared. We're going to move the 5x over. That becomes 6x, and move the 18 over as well. This is not factorable, so we need to use the quadratic formula. So negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 minus 4 times 18 equals negative 36. So we end up with something similar to the last question. This is going to be negative 6 plus or minus. The square root of 36 is 6. The square root of negative 1 is I, then divided by 2. We need to reduce here. They're both divisible by 2, so negative 3 plus or minus 3i. Method was quadratic formula. Last question we're going to do in this video is 22. We have a quadratic equation. I'm going to set it equal to 0 by moving the 10x over. When you look at this, if you're thinking about factoring, you may notice there is only 2 terms and there is a GCF of x. So if we take the x out, you get x times x minus 10 equals 0. Each of these factors gets set equal to 0 because of the zero product property. So x equals 0 or x minus 10 equals 0. So my solutions are 0 as well as positive 10. The method was factoring.